Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
Ratchet and Clank walkthrough. Here we are on planet Oltanis, and this is going to be, I think, the only world where we only get to play as Ratchet, because apparently Clank, in all of his specific, in all of his perfectly made robotic wisdom, is still prone to short circuitry. You'd think maybe he'd have some kind of grounding, so if he got struck by a lightning bolt, it wouldn't bother him, but, you know, it's fine. Now, unlike other parts of this game where if you play as Clank, then later you get to come back as Ratchet, in this one, this whole planet, Clank just flat out can't do anything. So for the 3 different things we'll be doing, we will be doing them all as Ratchet. Now you can do all 3 of them right away. There's a magna boot rail there that you can climb up, and then there's 2 other ways we'll be going. We'll be going down this middle pathway the first time, but I'm not going to be doing the magna rail one until later. The reward at the end of the magna rail place is just a PDA. I think it's a PDA. Whatever it is, it lets you buy Gadgetron stuff from anywhere, but you have to buy them at hopped up prices, and I think you can only buy ammo, you can't even buy weapons. So for example, say Devastator ammo costs 40, it'll cost 100 or something like that, so instead of 100 it would cost 200, that type of thing. It's good if you need it in an emergency, but there's not really too many places in this game where you run out of ammo that badly that you need to do that. So this level has a few annoying parts. First are going to be these waves of these stupid robots that will electrocute you from very far away, and if you run far enough back, then they'll go hide back into their hole. So as you saw there with me using the Glove of Doom, it really wasn't all that useful because they just kind of hid, and when I got closer, they still didn't really do anything. I ended up taking out a few of them. In this next part with this ledge, you're going to see some more flying enemies that you'll be familiar with, and also some rocket guys that are going to take a few more than 3 Devastator hits to take out. Okay, no, that one was 3. Okay, later on we'll be running into some that take 5 or so, but anyway, then once you can climb up onto these ledges, you know, these flying enemies, we've seen them so much. I'm kind of surprised they didn't make them new, but I guess this whole world is covered in robots, which is a little bit ironic, because Clank can't come here because of the electricity, but all these robots can. That's interesting logic. I was about to say that's interesting logic. Yay, words. Okay, so these guys, same thing, just wait for them to come out by walking close to them and then do something to get rid of them. I used the Glove of Doom, and then there's a couple of boxes you can blow up and a couple of things you can get rid of. There's not really going to be a massive worry about having enough caps, or not caps. I'm playing too much Fallout to get hyped for Fallout 4, but anyway, bolts. There's not really a whole big worry of having too many bolts right now, unless you want to get the Rhino, which is 150,000. But when you get to the final boss, which is coming up in about 13 or so videos, I think, so 13 levels, maybe a little bit less or more. Once you get to the final boss, you may want to have a lot of extra bolts just so you can buy the ammo, because when you die with the final boss, then you don't get your ammo replenished, and it can be really annoying if you have to go back to another world to collect bolts to be able to finish the final boss again. But I'll complain about that a little bit in the last video, and I don't know, the final boss is a lot of fun. So anyway, here there's 2 of those guys that I already took out, and then we can just keep continuing on into this kind of place. Now this world has a few tricky spots. This section right here isn't really that tricky because this is just going to be a big rail. The Next video will be a little bit worse because there's some specific jumps that are just kind of annoying. But anyway, once you rail on down here, there'll be a few more enemies, and I was kind of surprised I didn't get hit by that first electric thing, but then I got hit by the second one. And those robots aren't too hard to take out, even with your Ratchet. And then there will be more of these flying guys that I'm just going to pick off, and then we're going to be jumping onto a rail. And I think right here is a checkpoint. I might be wrong. I didn't die here, so I don't actually know where the checkpoint is in this area, but right here may be a checkpoint. You can also grapple up onto here to find a golden bolt if you so desire, and there's some health, so that is pretty nice. And I always say this with every golden bolt I get, but that's probably one of the easiest golden bolts to get. But of course it does require getting to this part in the level. Anyway, so I don't know why I'm looking through my menu here. Oh, that's right, I wanted to get my Sonic Summoner because there is an antenna here for the Sonic thing, this little robot. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem that there's really many enemies around for this guy, so there's not really a whole lot of reason to use him because then he just ends up disappearing. Now here, it's really easy to get knocked off, so you need to be really careful, and as you see, I'm already down to 1 health. But luckily those bombs can't really go very far. They roll a little bit, but it's not too bad. So then you can finally take him out, and then you can jump on over here, and you'll see the railing kind of there in the background, and there's a few more enemies. And, well, I'm just going to be devastating them because I don't really want to deal with that right now. I mean, my health is at 1. That's not good. And this guy does come in use for a little bit here, except he's missing miserably, and then he disappeared. So that was the end of that. That guy wasn't really that useful whatsoever. So that was nice. Anyway, picked up my other health and just taking a quick glance to make sure that I'm getting close to where I need to go. Then there's going to be another turret. Now, I thought this might have been a turret that had that you could only stun, but this is one of the turrets that you can actually destroy. So if you could Devastator it or just shoot it like I did, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And we're going to be running into a bunch of those turrets in the next video, so be prepared for those. Now for these guys, you can take them out if you want to, or you can just jump right onto the railing and continue on because there's really no reason to wait. But pick any mode, or not any mode, pick any, location here, and just go along, and you're going to be chased by 3 robots for a little while. So at certain points, these robots are going to be destroyed by various hazards on the tracks, and then I think they send another one after you. But anyway, at first they're just going to try to zap you, and you can dodge this easily by jumping to the other rail that they are not shooting at. Then this camera's going to change, and it's going to kind of split open, so you're going to want to jump to the rail that doesn't have the electric fence in the way. Then there's going to be a bomb that you can hit with your Ratchet, so pay attention for those. And these electric fences will blow up those robots. Now, once you get to about this part, that'll be it for the level.
Hey, welcome to my shop. What can I get you?
I'm looking for Drek.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything.
Are you okay?
Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this Infobot.
Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh?
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you what, I can let this Infobot go for half price. Well, that's about it for me.
Thanks.
Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Jeez.
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this! The Ultra Mech Unlimited. This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system. Blorge Industries is now taking pre-orders. Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.